For those who are born with the Tiger Zodiac, well, gone are the years of being the grandeur, but this year, in year 2023, you are still thriving with a lot of wealth opportunities, so stay tuned to find out more. Before we get started, let's take a review back into the year 2022 where you, the Tiger Zodiac, is the grandeur. Well, being the grandeur, basically there will be a lot of excessive energy that pushes you in, and you will have tendency to make a change in your life. So basically, for those who are born with the Tiger Zodiac, year 2022 may have driven you to make a lot of changes, be it in your relationship, be it in your career, your network, or perhaps your even your ideas, your aspirations. Maybe you wanted to start something new, to jump out of the conventional environment. So you are actually boosted together with the intelligent star and sky bright. Both of these governs the ability to learn certain new skill set. Well, being the grandeur, perhaps it's been a wonderful year for you to learn how to take on heavy responsibility, take on the massive opportunity to make that change. So having the sky bright actually is quite positive, where you have to learn how to master particular skill set. Boosted together with the heavenly officer, well, the heavenly officer brings you opportunity to work with high ranking officer, be it in the government departmental, doing some tender applications. Those are just one of the opportunity that you can tap onto. And it's also boosting for those who are applying certain certifications, accreditations. Well, basically these are all going to boost up your academic, your personal growth, and also your accreditability. Okay, next is the heavenly chef. Well, the heavenly chef basically means there's a lot of celebrations, a lot of food festivals, so you are being invited, or perhaps you could be organizing some party made up food fest where it's going to be astonishing, attracting a lot of crowds, and share and how to actually celebrate activities together. And you are also affected by some of the negative star, like the peeling head. Basically it means that you are not feeling comfortable because you are making such a jump where you may be pushing yourself through to make some changes in your life, but this is just a normal. Okay, back poking, story to be told. Basically there's a lot of people talk behind your back, so make sure you are able to craft some story that worth them to talk about you behind you. Sword edge, basically it means that it's a sharpshooter, means you may have tendency to easily hurt yourself, or indecisive can also hurt yourself because you are not able to make progressive process. You can't make the next move, and holding back sometimes will also cause you some injury as well, not being able to move forward. And you're also affected by the hidden crops. Well, hidden crops basically talk about hidden illnesses or hygienic issue. Well, it also talk about the potential of some hidden illnesses in you that may cause you some issue, especially during this kind of pandemic outbreak. And also you're affected by the Earth shot. Earth shot talk about hindrances caused by the environment. It could be some environment shift, some road has been breakdown, and you have to change your path, reroute yourself again. So basically these are all the positive and inauspicious stars that surrounding you in year 2022. So basically for those who are born with the tiger, year 2022 has been a massive transformation year for you, and I hope for those who are planning into growing themselves, be it in your business or career, well, stay tuned to find out more, because year 2023 is where the tiger will still thriving. So let us take a look for those who are born with the tiger zodiac. Well, year 2023, you are still thriving despite being the grandeur who are transitioning your position to the rabbit zodiac. Well, nevertheless, they are processes and they are transition timing. So during this transition, you are still affected by some of the negative star here, but nevertheless having a lot of positive star, especially when it comes to wealth, business, career. I think this is more fascinating to you, right? So let us get started with the first one, which is the 5 prosperity. Well, 5 prosperity basically means that you have opportunity, or you will discover new way to generate multiple income stream. So I think this is quite fascinating and quite attractive, especially after being the grandeur, you have gained a lot of influence, a lot of network. You have been known as being able to create something new, and with your credibility, having ability to find out who can actually help you to generate 5 different channel of multi-pipeline income stream that can actually support you in whatever you're doing. I think this is quite worth it. Next, you are also boosted together with this golden carriage. Well, golden carriage means increase of your earning capacity opportunity while you are traveling, because the golden carriage is just like, the old days where the car was carrying some carriage, and the more you move, the more people are pouring in the money. So perhaps for those who are doing some services, that perhaps it's time for you to organize some what we call a tour, perhaps touring some different places where you can offer your services and share about your story, because you're also supported by the surpassing path star, where you talk about rising or enhanced social status. Well, being the grandeur, of course, you have gained some experience, and your reputation, your identity has been elevated up. So having that said, once you are having this shift of your identity, shift of your social status, you feel uncomfortable. So the feeling uncomfortable, adjusting yourself, transitioning yourself, it's just a process and just matter of time. Okay, like what I mentioned just now, organizing a tour or providing your services to brand new market, to new area, it could also allow you to talk about your story, your past experience, how you have built yourself up all the way to where you are right now. And in order to give back to the society, this is the time when your enhanced social status can be used to empower, to provide, to do what we call the social contributing. At the same time, grow your new opportunity to generate new income. Perhaps you can train 5 people to help you to do more, be it your skill set. It can be something that can grow additional income. So I think overall, these 3 major star is sufficient to tell the story that despite you are transitioning or retiring as being the Grand Duke, it's time for you to talk about how to contribute back to the society and grow your wealth indirectly. Okay, and throughout this process, of course, you are affected by some of the negative star, namely the Death God. Well, Death God basically means that you will be overly worked. Being the Grand Duke last year, you are still lethargic, you are still tired, and your overload kind of working conditions will drain you a lot. So basically, this will also affect your memory. You may be easily forgetful, and you can easily offend other people because you are just so tired, so fatigued in what we are saying. So having that says, you have to be able to uplift your own energy and don't overpromise. Use reminder or applications to help you stay self-manage your conscious. And next is the sickness charm. Well, sickness charm basically just minor illness that is hindering you, but it's quite normal. Well, after being the grandeur, of course, the damage has been done and you have been overworked yourself. So perhaps it's a good year for you to actually perhaps go for a health check. Okay, next is the officer charm or the litigation star. Well, this means basically there are some documentation. Perhaps it could be tax, summonses, police report. Basically, these are some legal issues that required you to attend. Well, perhaps being the grandeur, you may have created a lot of stuff. At the same time, will require you to attend some departmental officers that require you to handle doing some paperwork, perhaps. So make sure you are careful with all the legal agreement, documentation, summonses, basically whatever come into some what we call the summonses penalty. You have to be extra careful with it. Okay, next is the cascading cloud. Cascading cloud talk about revenge. You are, throughout being the Grand Duke, you may have accidentally offending some people. But basically these are just minor issue. Well, not everyone will like what you're doing and like the way you're doing things, as a matter of fact. So we can't please everyone. Well, of course, throughout this process, you have to learn that you have to stand up for something and you are fighting for something. So as long as you are very clear with your intention, the rest you just let them back poke behind you. But nevertheless, those are the people who always staying behind you while you are walking the talk. So nevertheless, no need to give too much attention about this. And also lastly, you are affected by this, the buff star, which is talking about the seductive. So this is actually quite good when you're using it right. So if you are already married or perhaps in a relationship, being flirtatious, being seductive, you could attract more negative issue which could hinder you or perhaps could be jeopardize your plan, your ideas, the things that you have been establishing this year. Okay, so overall I think for the Tiger Zodiac in year 2023, they are still thriving with a lot of wealth opportunity. So hopefully you are able to take advantage of all these positive stars. But still, you have to take a look where the Tiger Zodiac could be potentially appear in your Bazi chart. So we are using the Bazi destiny chart, which is the 4 pillar of destiny. Well, what it means basically, you have to go down to the link that I've shown in the description, plot your own Bazi chart to find out where is the potential of the Tiger Zodiac could be appearing in the year, month, day, or perhaps the hour pillar. So once you have to find out, then you know, okay, the Tiger Zodiac could be affecting my career or it could be affecting my personal relationship. So let us find out. For those who are born in the year of Tiger, well, basically it means that you are surrounded by a lot of highly influential people. Well, having that said, you are surrounded with all this opportunity which also allow you to tap into this group of network to help you to find new opportunity to grow your wealth, because you are surrounded by a lot of people who have new opportunity to grow their income. Perhaps it's time for you to learn and get inspired by them to actually find new way to generate multiple income for your own personal gain. So, and by the way, you are also affected by this the buff star, which could actually bring some negative connotation if you are already married or in a relationship. Well, having this star could actually cause you some flirtatious or what we call the sexually kind of attraction, which could actually jeopardize your own net worth. So make sure you are able to distinguish between rational and emotional needs. Okay. And you're also affected by the leopard tail together with the cascading cloud shark. Basically, both of these will cause you to be absent-minded, not being able to attend, they are not being able to focus on what they are saying, and it could cause you to be easily offend them. So make sure you stay clear-minded so you understand what are they saying, because this group of people will be inspired to actually so heightened up, so pumped up to try to do new stuff, and they don't like to be stopped or being affected. And this group of people will also be traveling to generate more opportunity. So throughout this process, you have to stay focused and allocate your time to follow them and being able to trail them behind to actually tap into the opportunity that they may have. So next, for those who are born in the month of Tiger, well, this govern your career, your business, your wealth generation ability. Well, I think this is one of the most wonderful thing when we know that, well, being a career, money, time, right? Having the surpassing path means your status elevated. Perhaps last year you have been given or tasked with a heavy duty kind of a role which allow you to shine. Hopefully for those who have the Tiger Zodiac in their career, you have successfully thrived and able to rise yourself to being able to climb the corporate ladder that you've been wanting for so long. And for those business owner, perhaps you have been able to lead your business to the whole new milestone. So with this status increase, well, what it also brings is the golden carriage, means like what I mentioned earlier, perhaps organize a tour to actually outreach for wider audience, wider target audience, and from there you can actually tap into new opportunity, and indirectly you can grow other people supporting your business as well. Hopefully you can activate the 5 prosperity. Perhaps you can train 5 people who can actually help you to allow you to delegate your authority, let them work for you, and basically it's a wonderful opportunity where you can start to create your own business processes, your flow of business system. So overall, I think for those who are having the Tiger Zodiac in their career, you are able to take advantage of all this positive blessing. And also you are also affected by the heavenly officer and also the buff. Well, heavenly officer, perhaps your career this year you may have to meet some government department. You have to go through various applications officers to do some applications tendering. Well, this is quite common, especially if it's involved in generating more revenue. So why not? The buff star basically just remind you not to flirt with your career or your superior, because it could cause you a lot of negative relationship issues. So make sure you are able to maintain your status. Okay. And for those who are born with the Tiger Day Zodiac, okay, for those who are born with the Tiger Zodiac in their day period, well, congratulations, you may have experienced your personal growth. Perhaps it's also a good time for you to have experienced some wedding. You have changed your status in terms of your relationship. So hopefully it's helped you to make that shift for the positive side. Okay, well, having the surpassing path star basically, well, for those who are in relationship, well, this year you may have married and you become the wife or become the husband of someone. So having this kind of changing of status, you may feel uncomfortable and you need time to adjust yourself. So make sure you are able to communicate well with each other, and perhaps you can use some media, like write down your ideas, your thoughts, your opinion, your expectations on a piece of paper and communicate it without having the direct clashing. Otherwise, the cascading style will start to pop up all the past vengeful or the past memories, where it's like, last time you do like that, last time you have this issue, so there's no point. Instead, use your surpassing path star to be reminded that you are no longer the old version of you. It's time for you to make that new change that help you to elevate yourself. Every time once you are upgrade or level up, they are prone to some uncomfortable change, but it's just a transition. Okay, next, for those who are born with the Owl Pillar, well, Golden Carriage 5 Prosperity is going to boost your wealth or investment or your asset, because the Owl Pillar governs the aspect of investment, children, staff, asset, things that are under your control or under your care. So having this, actually, I would say that perhaps this year you may have opportunity to discover 5 different types of investment, 5 different types of income stream that help you to boost your freelance or your side hustle as well. So I think overall, for those who are born with the Tiger Zodiac, it's a wonderful year. So take advantage of all this positive stuff and try to stay high on the energy, high spirit, to ensure you are fully on your, or what we call the conscious. So manage your conscious this year to help you stay ahead of your own game this year. Okay, so overall, I think for those who are born with the Tiger Zodiac, you will be experience some uncomfortable change, but it's going to turn into a wonderful change. And if you are designing your change, I would highly recommend you take a look on this list. The boost, basically the positive boost, talk about, transferring the grandeur to rabbit. Basically, there are transitions, some paperwork, some things that could be entangling behind. Grow your wealth, amplify your value, enhance social status. Time to contribute back to the society, like what I mentioned. Go for create a tool where you can serve wider range of audiences. More wealth and financial growth opportunities. So make sure you are able to tap into the brand new opportunity discovery. Creating multiple income stream could be from different channel, like, if you have been doing online presence, perhaps you could do in together with YouTube, TikTok, and all these other different channel to generate indirect income as well. Focus on self-recovery, because being the grandeur, you may have overworked yourself last year, and you are also affected by some of the negative star, like the pullback factor, which could slow you down, create some friction, and basically they are the showstopper. Okay, so like for example, like due to overwork, lead you to forgetful, lingering past issue, legal work or human matter, poor immunity. Well, just focus on your health and diet. Agreement, application, paperwork. Well, I think if you are applying for some new projects or tendering for some new projects, I think it's going to be wonderful, right? Vengeful, backstabbers, trailing behind. Well, they are prone to some haters, but haters gonna hate. What are you going to do about it is walk the talk, be sincere to serve the community and prove them wrong. By being able to serve, that's going to help you to move ahead. Next is the mood swing due to change of environment. Well, basically these are just feeling how you perceive it. I would highly recommend you all to actually focus more on the execution instead, because there's so many wealth opportunities. So I don't think it's going to be any excuses for you anyway. So Nevertheless, for those who are born with the Tiger Zodiac, there will be a lot of wonderful stuff is going to happen for you. While talking about this, let's check out the to-do list. Well, the to-do list actually remind you these are the months that you have to put more effort, especially during June, October, November. And these are the months that you have to take note, for example, like the May, August, November. Well, basically it means that these are the months that you have to heighten up your conscience and be aware what are the potential of changes, clashes that could be affecting you emotionally. Because for the Tiger Zodiac, your best pal is the what we call the boar, the oink, the pig. Well, the pig basically this year they have the tree harmony together with the goat, with the rabbit. Well, having the tree harmony, perhaps you can also benefit from their alliances because they're also connected with the Grand Duke. Okay, so somehow if you have any entanglement in the past, perhaps you can ask the pig to help you to ease out the processes. Next is the dog. The tiger, dog, and also the horse will form the tree harmony. Well, this tree harmony alliance actually formed the fire frame, which brought you a lot of fire with fire element, and there's a lot of hope, there's a lot of passion, and there's a lot of new insights. Well, dog zodiac this year have a lot of auspicious stars as well, because the dog basically is also the best pal for the best pal of the rabbit zodiac. So imagine you are surrounded by huge amount of people who can actually still integrate the high level or high net worth group of people. Imagine what you can take advantage of this network. Okay, you are also having the best pal, which is the horse zodiac. Well, the horse zodiac are supported by with one of the sky happiness star, and also with the moon nobleman. So I think overall this form a wonderful channel to help you to take advantage of all this energy. Okay, just find out these alliances, people who are born with the horse, dog, pig. Well, basically you are going to take advantage of their ability. So nevertheless, do check out my other YouTube video in this playlist. And by the way, remember to hit like and subscribe to my channel. I will be publishing more guides and more cheat sheets together with monthly forecasts, be it for the Bazi, Feng Shui, Qimendunjia, or perhaps even Yi Jing and other Chinese metaphysics too. Once again, and that's all from me, John of Lee from Renergy. I'll be seeing you soon in the next video. Signing off. Bye bye.